Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another episode. If you are now tuning into this episode and not the initial one, you're cheating. Listen to the first one also. Okay. I want you to hear everything that Saddiq has to say. Okay. So don't just give me this next 7 to 10 minutes. I need you to go back and hear the other stuff too, so you know why this information is very important.
Yep.
So, with that being said, we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about leveraging technology for trucking logistics.
Mm.
Sadiq, what does that entail? What kind of technology? Why is technology important? Just give us a spiel. What's going on?
Well, I'm gonna go a little 180 on this
Okay, let's do it.
because for those of you who listened to the first half of this episode, this interview, I talked about one of the reasons why I got into the dump truck industry more so than over the road hauling and freight. And one of those things was because I seen the trend in artificial intelligence. And through my research, I see a lot of companies like Tesla, Google, Uber, they're making it almost a priority. In 20 states already approved this, them putting these trucks, these automated trucks on the road, self driving trucks on the road, for practice. So they're looking to take the trucking industry logistics over by AI. And one thing about the big companies like the Pepsis and the Amazons and the Walmarts, they're going to do what's in the best interest to protect their bottom line. And
Mhm.
that means if that means getting rid of truck drivers because it costs 30,000 to operate a self-efficient truck rather than 75K and paying a driver, that's what they're going to do.
Yep.
I didn't want to get caught in that crossfire. That's why I chose dump trucks because it's more manual labor.
Mm,
You have to lift a dump body. You have to put down a dump body.
yeah.
You have to drive on and off of these plantations, these landmines, these fields, these huge plants that literally or mines that literally I can't even really tell you how deep they go now. I wish I could show videos and pictures. I mean, these things, picture something out of a movie where you see like Jurassic Park and there's a big like hole in the middle of New Jersey, right? These trucks, my trucks are moving in and out of them on tight, narrow roads.
Right.
You see, it's no way. I mean, there might be a way. So, knock on wood, there's no way artificial AI is going to be built in time enough to take dump trucks out of business. Now, with the over the road, there may be some gaps that can be filled there with artificial intelligence. I know Tesla rolled out a couple of their trucks, but it still takes for a driver to drive that truck. You know, there's just so much manual labor that goes into operating these trucks that I think it's going to take some time for artificial intelligence to fully take over the trucking industry. They wanted this to happen by 2033. I don't really see that happening in 10 years. Uh, it's just too much that goes into it. But if it does happen, I do believe it'll create more job opportunities for people in trucking. So if you are a truck driver or aspiring truck driver or truck owner, you know, look into getting into developing trades that are coming about in the artificial intelligence side of things. Maybe you can, you know, develop processing things or automation systems or electric batteries or you know all these things that these trucks will need in the next 15 to 20 years. Hopefully that answers your question.
Nope, that absolutely answers the question. And I like how you singled out for example, right? In
Hmm.
the prior episode, we talked about how does someone pinpoint where in trucking they actually belong. And
Yes.
I feel like because you've done your investigative work and realized how important technology is to this industry, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence, you realize, okay, well, listen, I don't know if I'm going to be the person building self-driving trucks, but
Yes.
what I do know I can find people, I know I can purchase trucks.
Hmm.
What area of business, what area of trucking still requires manual labor no matter what?
Yep.
And you went with the route that requires manual labor. That's where you are now, but you were able to make that decision and knew that it was for you because you realized what other areas of trucking AI is replacing. And the reason why I highlight that for everybody listening is sometimes you're not doing work to learn just what you want to get into. Sometimes it helps you realize like where you probably shouldn't be. And then two, how do you maximize the area that you know you're going to excel at?
Bingo.
That's how I look at it. So, for example, Sadiq may not be an AI technology guy, and he cannot, at this moment at least,
Yes.
compete with that area of business. Maybe in the future, you never know.
In the future, I'm gonna multiply myself.
You
The
get me?
resources. Now
You
I'm
get
the
me?
right people.
You get me? So in the future, that could be a thing. It's just
Right.
not the thing right now. But what he did realize is if I learn what's going on with technology, I will know where I don't fit, and I now know where I do fit, and I'm gonna focus on competing there. And
That's it.
that's why I think that educating yourself is so important, everybody. So if you are interested in pursuing business in this space, it's very important that you understand all aspects of the industry so that
Mhm.
you can really genuinely figure out, hey, my name is so and so, and this
Yes.
is where I belong, at least right now. And then you
Yes.
start there and you grow there. And then later on, you meet more people, more champions in other places, and they will probably join you and join forces to venture off into new things that you didn't think you would see yourself doing. So
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
how I look at it.
And when you get in, this is one thing I always bring awareness to this business or this industry to our people, African Americans, because we take up about 13% of the industry, and about 9% of that is owner operators, which is drivers that just own and operate their own trucks, and then about 1% actually grow a fleet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of opportunity in this, and if you get your foot in the door, be the LeBron of your industry.
Yep.
Not just trucking, right? But be the LeBron of the industry, because the more of us that are successful, the more credibility it is for the next wave of owners that come into the industry that are ready to win.
Yep.
We help get them the credibility they need.
I love that. And just one more question before I let you go.
Yes.
Even though you realize that AI is so important in this area of self-driving trucks and God knows what else, right? And for someone who is focusing on your area of business, which is dump trucking, are there any particular tools or software that you have to become familiar with to do your business or no?
Nope.
Got
It is straight line, straightforward, and it's pretty much everything is really maintenance, mechanical stuff.
it.
You sit
Okay.
on top of that, tires, oil change, and engine components and things like that. You make sure that that is up to par and functioning. Get you a good mechanic, you'll be fine. It's really
All
no
right.
other systems.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Well, Sadiq, once again, this is a quick episode. You dropped some gems on us. You help us realize what research can do for you
Yes.
and sometimes what it won't.
Yeah.
And I feel
Exactly.
like that was a great learning opportunity right there. So for everybody listening, if you heard the first episode already, shout outs to you and you heard this one. I think you know what you need to do next. Go do some research and figure out, is this a space that you would like to be in when it comes to your entrepreneurial endeavors? And to
Yes.
my folks who are hearing this episode first, who did not hear the other episode, don't play yourself. Once again, listen to the first one. I promise you, it will inspire you and it will make you know what you need to do next as well.
A lot
All
of
right.
value in it. Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for tuning into this episode, and I'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.